Good morning. Thank you for joining our YouTube channel. This is going to be a little bit different for a first video, really. It's about supplements, mainly. And if you are listening to some nutrition podcasts or, just interested and you hear podcasts, you hear a lot about supplements. And I just think it's really interesting to hear there are so many options. Who chooses what and why? And so today I'm going to share a little bit about the few supplements that I started taking, well, mostly one about a year ago. And yeah, it seems like though when you start taking a supplement, you start adding a little bit to it as well. So just going to take a few minutes. This won't be long, but a little bit longer than how we can chat on Instagram. And so it's actually my 1 year anniversary of taking Mitopure by Timeline, which is officially a urolithin A compound. It essentially is made with pomegranates, but there's really a high concentration of urolithin A. And so when I started taking this around a year ago, the past year before that, I had struggled. I wasn't terribly sick, but I got an inordinate amount of respiratory infections that year. Like too many, and for me, I do have let's just say a bit of asthma. Okay. So, when I do get a respiratory infection, it can be not great, and that can kind of cycle a little bit longer sometimes. So it had been really quite a bit frustrating for me to get multiple respiratory infections, and sometimes it just takes a little bit longer, as for one thing, every year we're all a little bit older, and if you have maybe a history of something respiratory going on, that can take a little bit longer. So I had been struggling with that. As you know, it's probably very important to me to be making it to the gym. I love to lift weights. I love to do yoga. I love to be able to walk and do, all the things, play golf. When you play a round of golf, you walk 5 or 6 miles. And so every time you get a respiratory infection, you're out for a week or longer, let's just say. So I can remember, every time, like, I would get back to the weightlifting gym and the coach would say, "How are you doing, Susie?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just, kind of been out for a week, and so I'm trying not to die today. That's it. That's what I'm doing." So there was that. And also, so overall, I was getting a little frustrated with that. And I had been listening to some podcasts about the Mitopure, which is all about the mitochondria, kind of powering that up with the urolithin A. Was supposed to be good for gut health. And they have quite a few studies too about how it helps with muscle recovery and maintaining muscle, and that was very interesting to me. So I didn't really take it for the respiratory infections, but I was starting to get curious about that, and knowing that my recovery was taking quite a bit longer after working out. So I signed up. I popped these little babies in, which here's what they look like. It's the red pill. They're kind of fat. They're very easy to swallow. So, yeah. There is, that I take 2 every morning. And so I started taking those for a little bit, and I did notice definitely an improvement in the muscle recovery. And then I was staying well. We are in the flight path, so yeah, just let that airplane go by. boosting well, and so that was fantastic. It was really fantastic. So I kept taking it, and in fact, to this day, I'm a little bit nervous to say this, but I have not gotten sick, because I think as soon as I hang up this video, I'm gonna get a respiratory infection. No, I hope not. And, you know, will I never get sick again? Yeah, again, I hope not. I really hope that I never get sick again. So I've been taking this for a while, and one of the main reasons that I am just going ahead and doing this video is because everything is on sale right now. So, and they actually sent me a code that is the best one I've seen. I get their regular emails, so I'm gonna be stocking up with that code. I just asked them about their Black Friday specials, and they sent me this code, which is good through December 2 at midnight. So if you're interested at all, I would definitely say pick it up now and, you know, give it a try for a couple of months. So another thing I am working on is my sleep. It's a work in progress. But after a few months, I added the Beam Minerals. And I don't know, for me, a lot of it is doing something. They have 2 types of electrolyte minerals, and I'll just show you how I do that. This is what I do. Yeah, everything is on sale right now, so if you're interested. But these are electrolytes. I pour a shot of this one, and this is the more fulvic. There's a lot of minerals, which are apparently very, very bioavailable in this liquid form. It's supposed to be great for your sleep. There's definitely magnesium and quite a few others. But yeah, I know that looks, oh, that was a little piece of the covering on the top. So it looks brown, like coffee. Tastes like not much. Yeah. So I have been adding that in for probably a little over 6 months. Another thing that my kids, this is probably because my kids have been saying, Mom, you should take creatine. They've been telling me that for years. This just happens to be the brand that I chose. And I'm sharing a little bit of just kind of how I do it in the morning. I don't like to take time to swallow a lot of pills, right? So what I like about this is it's so easy, honestly. And I need to drink more water in the morning too. I have a little more to say about drinking water, and we'll probably follow up on that a little bit later. But just actually pouring these electrolytes into the cup of water in the morning has gotten me to drink a little bit more water too, which is, you know, part of the thing that is helping, no doubt. So I usually first thing in the morning will pop the couple of Mitopure, and then I take the shot glass and add it to the rest of my water. And the one other thing, because I tested and I know I'm a little low on the omega-3s, are these recovery bits. Okay, and so they are actually EnergyBits and Recovery Bits, and this was founded by Catherine Arnston, and I've heard her on a lot of podcasts. And so again, there are a lot of omega-3s in here. It's basically algae, but I've heard her talk about how carefully they grow the algae. They grow it in Taiwan, and it comes out, so it's kind of like food, right? And it's these, now she eats them. She's the founder, and I believe around 70 years old, and this is all she takes. Now, obviously, she's selling it too, and so, you know, she's demonstrating that this can cover for a lot of vitamins. Now, why did I pick this? Right, because I think it's really interesting to hear why people choose what they choose. Well, I love seaweed salad. I love seaweed salad. Yeah, is that a great reason? I think there are a lot of vitamins in seaweed salad, and I have not retested yet my omega-3 levels, so I hope that this is helping. So you can eat these. Personally, I don't really recommend it. As much as I like seaweed, it's a little bit dry. So that's what I like to do. And yeah, like it just takes too long to get those down. So I was really kind of wishing that I would enjoy eating those. But, you know, I pop 5 or 10 of each of the recovery bits, and I got these little jars. I know that these are on sale, so I actually just restocked on those. Again, I have not retested, but hoping that that helps for the omega-3s. And yeah, so that is pretty much my morning stack, so to say. It's not really a stack, but before starting this Mitopure, I had never been consistent with any supplements. I basically, you know, occasionally bought vitamin C, vitamin D, and it just sat in my cupboard until eventually I went through the graveyard and threw those supplements away. So thanks for listening, and there is a link if you're interested in trying this, and let me know. I would be really curious to hear, what supplements do you take? If you could only take one supplement, what would it be? What would be your go-to? Or if you had to go down to 1 or 2. All right, let me know.